Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how to grab an object, say from an unencrypted Assetto car, and export that into Blender, and then into Unity, and then into CarX. Okay. This is going to be all over. I don't have this set up in any certain way. We're just going to do it. It might take some time. We might skip a few steps just to make the time a little bit faster for the video. So I've got Content Manager here. This is one of my buddy's cars that he uses. It's unencrypted. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna click Folder. This will give you all the files for the car, right? So we've got the car. Usually it'll give you like a KN5 folder or file. You're gonna want to get a KN5 converter. I'm not gonna show you how to do that. You can go on YouTube, look up tutorials for a KN5 converter. All you would do after you have it downloaded is you'd put it in here. I already have it in here, but we'll just replace it. So there's the KN5. Here's the KN5 file for the car. So all you do is drag and drop that into the KN5. It export that as an OBJ, an FBX, blah blah blah. Some cars you may not be able to use the FBX folder for, but if it gives you an OBJ, that's fine as well. So you just grab that OBJ. Make sure to grab your KN5 back out, otherwise it'll keep it in that file. You won't be able to use that later on. So we've got this. I'll throw that in a folder I made called car dumps. We'll open Blender. We'll delete this stuff. We'll import that into Blender. OBJ. Find where we put it. Be that one. So you've got your car, right? I'm not going to show you how to use Blender. If you know how to use Blender, whatever. But just for the sake of this video, we would grab the trunk. I've already grabbed the trunk, so I'll just use that. We'll delete this. Say you already grabbed your object that you wanted. Where is it? Desktop. It's in my parts. It'd be this one, I believe. Okay. So you've got your part that you want, right? So we've got a vented trunk here. Okay. So all you would do after you get your part you want, you'd export your part as an FBX for Unity. And you put it in whatever folder you've got. So I've already got it saved right here, so I'm not going to do it again. But say you have a bunch of stuff on your screen. Say you have the car and 100 other parts, but you're only wanting a certain part, like the trunk. So you'd have that part highlighted as I do here, right? And when you go to export it, make sure you select limit to selected objects. So it'll only save the part you have highlighted. And then you just export that as an FBX. You save it where you want it. Okay. Now, as far as getting it into Unity, this is kind of separate. I'll tell you guys a little bit about it, but you're gonna have to do some of your own research. Don't just download Unity from the Unity hub. Don't just download the main version. You need a certain version for CarX. They run, I don't even remember what it was. It's gonna be 20.3.25 F1. You need to find that exact version of Unity in order to install things into CarX. You're also going to need a plugin. Sorry, that's my kids playing. You're also going to need a plugin in order to export these parts from Unity into CarX. I may include that in this video if I can find the link for it. Otherwise, I may be able to tag a video that I used as a reference, and you guys can kind of figure it out from there. So I just gotta wait for this to load up. We're gonna have to delete this stuff. This was something from earlier on. This is kind of the dumbed down version of uh, the whole thing. This is just like the absolute basics. We'll just make a new scene. Okay. Just ignore all this. We don't need it. I'll just delete it. I was trying to make um, like an FD trunk thing. I did it. It needs some tweaks, but okay. So now you're in Unity. You got the correct version. You need 20.3.25 F1. It's for DX11. Okay, the next thing you're gonna need, like I said, I might include it in the video, might not. But you're gonna need. Do I have it? Yeah. So you're gonna need assets bundles browser 1.7.0. Okay. Um, and then once you get that, how do I explain this? The way you would typically install it, you'd need to install GitHub, I believe it's GitHub, to your computer. But there's a way around that, because that's a whole process. So, in order to install that asset bundle browser, in order to export your object, all you would do, you click on Window. You see, I already have it here. You guys would not have this. So you go to Window, Package Manager. It's here. All you do is you click this plus sign. You add package from disk, and then you'd find that asset bundle browser, and then you'll get this package JSON. Now you can do this to get around the whole installing the whole GitHub thing. All you do is click on that and open it, and it would load and blah blah blah, and then you'd get this here, the asset bundle browser. This would be what you need. Okay, do not update it. Just don't update Unity, nothing. Okay, just leave it the way it is. And then you would get this asset bundle browser. Okay, now we'll get with that in a second. So you need your object in Unity first. So you open your file, you'd find where you had that vended trunk. So you just drag that down here, wait for it to load. Okay, we've got it here. Now, um, I didn't add any materials to this or anything, so this is just as is, right? Just an as is object. You ripped it right off the Assetto car, and you put it right into Unity, right? You didn't add textures or anything. Now, say you want to get this in game, right? And you want it to be paintable. Now, the way you'd make this paintable on any object, right, is this name here. It has to be car underscore paint and then underscore paint and then underscore whatever the object is, whatever you want it. So we'll call it GS300 trunk, right? So now it's renamed up here, but in order, we have to get it back down here. So all you do after you rename it, you drag it back down into here, original prefab. Okay, so now this is the edited version, I guess you could say, and this is the original version with all the meshes and stuff. Okay, so we've got our part. Now we need to get it into CarX, right? So after you have your asset bundle browser, all you would do, click that, disregard this, so I'll just delete that. Oh, yours would probably pop up like this. You just right click, add new bundle. You can name it whatever you want. We'll just name it GS300 trunk. Okay. Highlight that. Grab the edited version of your your object, throw that in there. Select your output path where you want it to pop up at after it's built, right? So mine's in my assets folder. I have an assets folder on my desktop. So we'll build that, let it do its thing. Takes a minute. Okay, now it's done. Okay, so we'll just minimize that stuff. So this is the folder I made to put the objects in. So assets, all we would do is find the name of it. We named it, what, GS300 trunk? Yeah, here it is. So you find the file, GS300 trunk file. We'll put that on my desktop. Now, now this is the easy part. All you would do is where your resources folder is, where you'd put your typical custom objects, in your CarX folder. So like ZML, mods, Canbase, resources, right? Hold on. So, install content, camera, car dump, blah, blah, blah. So this is custom objects, so we're going to put it in our resources file. So you just drag and drop that in there. Bam, right there. Now we'll go into CarX. Now, it, you know, um, Assetto cars and CarX cars, they're different sizes. Like the CarX cars, might be skinnier or longer. So just grabbing parts from Assetto and throwing them into CarX majority of the time isn't going to work because they're going to be different sizes. So keep that in mind. This is just a basic tutorial on how to do it. Okay, so that was the car I was building. I might have some messed up parts on my GS, I'm not sure. Okay, so I imported this wing as well, but okay. So F4 to get to your custom objects, right? Just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna take the trunk off, okay? And then we'll see if my trunk fits. So just add object. We named it GS300 trunk, right? It's right here. GS300 trunk. Car paint, GS300 trunk. So here it is, right? Now, I didn't set the car in, or I didn't set the trunk in Blender, like on the car. If you want, if you want to just open the object and it already be placed on the car, you would do that in Blender. You'd have to have it on the car in the correct position. I didn't do that, okay? So it's here. We'll just try to attempt to fit it onto there, I guess. Now, it's probably going to be too big or too long or something like that. But yeah, see, it's too wide already. Um, but you get the gist. Okay. So there it is. You can paint it any color you want. Blah blah blah. Blue. Want it metallic? It's metallic. You want it chrome? It's chrome, right? So that's how you do it. Now not everything's gonna run that smoothly. You're gonna run into some problems with some objects where they'll be invisible once you get them in game, and that has to do with backface culling. Usually, if like an object's one-sided, it doesn't have a front and a back texture to it. You'd want to use backface culling. Look that up on YouTube with Blender. It'll tell you how to do that. Um, but that's more or less how to import stuff. Um, there's a lot more to it, but like I said, this is the dumbed down, um, quick and fast version. Hope it helped. Uh, I mean, I'm a rookie myself when it comes to custom objects and stuff yet. But if you guys have any questions, just drop them down in the comments, and I'll see if I can answer them or not. Besides that, I thank you guys. Make sure to subscribe. I plan on putting out some more videos soon. Appreciate y'all.